to Osseo for Northwest Suburban Conference Boys Soccer as the regular season winds down here tonight. It's the Anoka Tornadoes taking on the host Orioles. Hi, I'm Jay Wilcox along with Sig Ligry. And Sig, these teams come in with almost identical conference records. Still a little bit to play for in terms of seeding in their respective sections. And it's an important game to get ready for the playoffs, both on the field but also on paper.
Absolutely. And how well they play tonight may be very telling in how they do in the seedings meetings coming up this weekend. And that's the big thing. It's the last game of the year, so everything's on the table.
Patrick Hager, the new head coach for Osseo, but he played here and was also an assistant coach in the program. He's excited about how much better they are this year than they were a year ago. They were very young last year and didn't do especially well. He feels like not only are they near the 500 mark, but they've played well enough that they could have even won a couple more.
Absolutely, and that's what you want to do with a junior program, is to build it up. And that's what they've been very successful in doing. Pretty good record line. If you look at the records, Anoka 6-7-1, Osseo 4-6-2. That's going to be really iffy when you do the seedings this Sunday, because you get into that middle layer, it's going to get kind of touchy.
Anoka, a program that won back-to-back state titles in 2014 and 15. Not quite as strong this year, but they've certainly done a lot of great things, and it will be the final game of a 30-year career for Pete Hayes as their head coach, too.
And he wants to go out on a big victory. And he's got the right players to do it with.
All right, should be an interesting one here tonight. The Tornadoes and the Orioles. A great night for soccer here at Osseo, and then it's playoff time straight ahead for both of these programs. We'll have the start of tonight's contest up next here on CCX Sports.
What makes your community feel like home? Is it knowing what's happening in your neighborhood, or when people know your name? Connections make us a community. For more than 30 years, Northwest Community Television has connected citizens, neighbors, even sports fans through video. As life gets busier than ever, we will still offer you a connected community experience through CCX Media, so you can stay connected to the place you call home.
Welcome back here, John Hanson Stadium at Carlton Field, as the Orioles and the Tornadoes make their final preparations for tonight's contest. You see Patrick Hager in the middle of that group of Osseo players there as they get set for battle here tonight. And for Anoka, a couple of guys to keep an eye on in tonight's game. For Osseo, Darius Kawiti, who is a very skilled player, 5 goals, 5 assists. They want to see him have a full motor in every game. They said sometimes a tendency to maybe coast just a little bit more than they like, but absolutely very skilled and very fast, very athletic type of guy, and he can do it all.
Yeah, and not only a good goal scorer, but the 5 assists mean a lot also, that he's got the capability of seeing open players and moving in when he sees it.
And for Anoka, their top scorer is injured and out for the year, but Quinn Putt is one of those guys that they've needed to kind of help step in and fill the void, and one of the captains for their team. And 6 goals and 3 assists. He's kind of a tall, lanky guy, but with some skill, and a guy that can get the job done for them.
Exactly, same thing. Seeing where the openings are, that's what you count on a midfielder. Also being able to get in there and score some goals.
Number 10, senior, Elvira.
Actually, great weather for this one. It seems to be right about the time that the playoffs start, where you really can get into the. It can be great still, or it can be not so great just within a week or two at this time of year is usually when the change starts to happen. So these guys, at least so far tonight, there's a little bit of threat of rain possibly, but they're looking pretty good so far for this one, and obviously a great field on the turf.
Yeah, temperatures right around 60 degrees, not much wind. No rain yet. We'll be checking the radar in a minute and see what's happening out there, but great temperature for the players. They don't get overheated. It's a little bit chilly for the fans, but they have hot dogs and hot chocolate to keep them in good spirits. And looking at the officials team coming up, this is Bob Larson, center referee. The assistant referees are Roger Tolley and Jeff Toberman.
So some regular season ending situation for these teams as they get set to jump into the postseason. There in the middle talking is Pete Hayes, the Anoka head coach, and you know, you don't want to be sentimental, but the 30th season for him, and this is his final regular season game, as we said, and they've really done some great things in their program. And you know, we said 14 and 15 state champions, and you know, just done a little bit under the radar. I think we were kind of discussing how this Northwest Suburban Conference a lot of times doesn't get maybe quite as much you know, quite as much credit as it should. There's a look at Patrick Hager, who graduated from Osseo and played for the Orioles. And next to him, Tende Brownell, another former Osseo player. They were a year apart and actually ended up winning the state championship the year after Patrick graduated. They were knocked out as a #1 seed against the #8 seed in the first round of section. So
yeah, I remember.
Painful memory a little bit there, but you know, he was part of a good era of Osseo soccer. So here we go. Orioles in white, Tornadoes in maroon as we get things started here at Osseo High School. Glad you could join us for this one here on CCX Sports. Pushed out wide to the right. Hustling, but unable to keep it alive. There was Moses Amaganji for the Tornadoes, so we will get a throw here for Osseo. There's Ethan Quezada, the senior keeper for Osseo. So he has split time this year with Kyle Getchy, a sophomore. They both played about half the time, according to Coach Hager, as Ethan had an injury to battle through a little bit earlier, too. We'll get a foul call here against Osseo, as going down hard there was Quinn Putt. Well, when they were in that huddle for Anoka, we saw a shot, a guy on crutches, or Blake Perry, far and away their leading scorer, dislocated his knee in the Spring Lake Park game, so is done for the year, and obviously a big loss for them. There's a look at Travis Janikowski, the senior in goal here for Anoka. Orioles possessing here. Coach Hager said, you know, that's the thing that they've really worked on, is trying to get this team to be a team that'll, you know, possess the ball and not get too excited with just banging it long and chasing after it. Farouk Asuli, now the pass drop back here for the Orioles. Ball played to the outside and knocked away from Suli and right back up the field. Rolled out. Burhane sending it ahead there, and Kawiti trying to get back to it here, and now he does step through. Had it briefly, but knocked away, and Joey Sheldrup sending it ahead. Putt. That pass intercepted by Sully.
Still drawing the foul.
Got a free kick coming up here for the Orioles, as Sully will take it.
About 42 yards out. The kick goes over into the crowd and then headed back, right back out again.
Strong header there by Joey Sheldrup for the Tornadoes. Osseo regaining possession, but not for long, as it's knocked back out toward midfield there. Elon Quezada quickly swings it right here for Sully. Sully on the move. Pass didn't quite connect there with Andrew Shaw. Banging around back and forth. Hunter Asklund turning. Now he gets the return pass here for Osseo. Asklund working it up that left sideline. Kawiti dropping it over now for Brandon Gonzalez. They swing it quickly around. Sully playing a nice ball there to Shaw, but he's doubled up and loses it. nobody holding the ball for very long here, Roy.
No.
You're getting rid of it in a hurry for either team.
It's a one-touch, two-touch, and that's it. Throw in now for Osseo.
No, actually, Anoka. Sully, I think he actually legitimately thought it was their throw, but he was going to make it look, really sell it either way. Dawson Hans will take the throw here for Anoka as he gets instruction on where to be here. And we may have a yellow card early on here to Osseo. We do. Andrew Shaw, they didn't like. He apparently gave a little complaint and not going to stand for it as he gets an early yellow card in this one, and we'll have to check out, and they'll come over and give a quick explanation to Coach Hager here as well.
So that sets the tone in terms of officiating. He's going to call this game pretty tight. Again, that's Bob Larson. He's the center referee. Waiting for the sub for Osseo to come in.
We'll wind the clock again, and they throw in here for the Tornadoes. High bouncer into the middle there, flicked ahead by Brandon Gonzalez. And now we get a foul call going against the Orioles. Or excuse me, against the Tornadoes. Free kick broken up by Hans, but Osseo gets it right back. Here's Kawiti. Couple nice passes here for the Orioles. Then that ball crossed. Trying to win it back with the attempt here is Gerson Morales Elvira. But the Orioles are offside.
Well, they had a good attack going there. I really thought he was going to take that shot instead of making that across, because he had a pretty good view of the net area. Probably thinking he had a better crack at it with the across.
Another foul call against the Tornadoes, so Osseo will get a free kick, as you see their starters flashing across the screen here. Chip to the front, and Anoka first to it again on the header, but not out of harm's way here as it bounces in, and there is Jankowski charging out after it here for Anoka. So far, Osseo bottling the Tornadoes up in their own end a little bit here. I mean, it's not like there have been great chances or anything yet, but they're certainly, swinging the field their way.
And both teams, as I said, moving the ball quickly.
Yeah, it's going to be a handball called there against Anoka's Hans, so we will get a free kick here for Osseo. They've continued to put pressure on. When they get possession in midfield, they're looking to bring it right at them and make some passes up the field here. And you see it right here. Yeah, he definitely did that little sleight of hand there, and obviously not going to get away with that. Served out front again. We get a foul call on the push against Osseo. It will be Anoka getting a free kick. So, like you said, Sig, really trying to set the tone earlier, calling things pretty tight.
Yep. The message has been delivered.
So knocked up field here by the Tornadoes. Putt there with the header, and then a little battle back and forth in the air for it. Gaining control there, Samuel Rubio Aguilar for Osseo. Then that one sliding out. Sully will pick it up. Chipped ahead, but the header there by Sheldrup. Orioles get it right back. Sully dropping it off here. Robert Wallati. And it comes back out deep. Nifet Berhane had it for a moment there. Now they try to get it back to Berhane. Here's Kawiti coming up with it.
Osseo keep in possession, but they're not getting any kind of a view of a shot. Because half the battle right now is just maintaining possession.
Be a throw here for Anoka. Tornado is going to make a substitution. Checking in will be Austin Heckman, sophomore for Anoka. You know, you obviously want to win this game too, but I think you also, you know, you want to make sure you kind of use your bench tonight, you know, to get the guys ready for the playoffs too. And, you know, the guys that you anticipate that will probably play in section games, you want to make sure that they at least get some time out on the field tonight, I would think too.
That would make sense because, of course, they do care about the seeding. So we'll see how it goes when you start totaling up the goals.
The other thing is, when the season is relatively short like this too, it isn't like you can just, you know, treat the last regular season game as an exhibition or, oh, it's not anything we need to really worry about. I mean, you not that many games as it is. So.
Right. So these games are important.
You work hard to get ready for it, and it kind of zooms by. But that's the fall season here in Minnesota. Here's Putt coming away with it for the Tornadoes. Trying to bang it long ahead there to Ferris Kollick. Was their second leading goal scorer after Blake Perry, who we mentioned went out with that knee injury. Putt serving it in there, but nicely denied. Another try as they bang it long up that left side, and then a shot attempt, but really too tough to catch up to there. Wyatt Baxley, the freshman, not close to getting that one on goal, and it will be a goal kick here for Osseo as Ethan Quezada has not seen any work to speak of yet here for the Orioles. Actually, neither keeper has had to do much, even though the ball's been in Anoka's end. Most of the time, it hasn't gotten all the way through to Jankowski.
Right. It's only been one shot really taken by Anoka. Osseo has yet to take one. As you said, they've been moving the ball around, trying to get something set up, and it's getting a little dicey trying to get past these defenses.
I'll swing it back here to Asklund as he looks to switch fields over to Berhane. Tornadoes win that one, though, and now Putt catching up to it up that left side.
Oh, pushed him.
Putt goes down, but play goes on here.
Wow, must have been some shoulder contact because I thought he pushed him.
Putt races back in and wins it back here and then plays it out off an Oriole, so it will be a throw-in. Another look here.
One more time. That was a elbow in the back from what I saw. But
it almost seemed like, you know, you hate to try and read minds, but it almost seemed like they didn't give him the benefit of the doubt, though, because he really tried to sell it by going down harder maybe than what the bump looked like. I don't know.
I don't know either. It also was the angle that the referee had.
The other part of it is he was in the box, and let's be honest, it's got to be certain for them to give a penalty kick. I mean, most officials aren't eager to, you know, help decide a game by giving a penalty kick in that spot. So get a throw in here for Anoka as Moses Amaganji will take this throw. Didn't get enough on it, though. It was intercepted there by Samuel Rubio Aguilar. And the Orioles trying to work it back upfield, but Putt getting a piece of that one. Now it comes back to him. It's been a very physical game. They've called a lot, but there's still a lot of bodies banging around out there, and that's you know, kind of typical of games in this league too.
Yeah, a lot of contact, a lot of marking up, not giving your opponent an opportunity to get even a pass off, much less a shot.
Putt sending it long. Oh, and Quezada charging out in the middle of everyone, and Elon Quezada's brother directing traffic. Another look here as he kind of in the middle of three guys, and he says keeper and charges out.
Yep. And sliding down and gathering up that soccer ball.
Gonzalez volleying it ahead. Anoka will just have to bang it out of there as Morales Alvera was giving chase. Now the Tornadoes get it. Putt. Nice ball up the left side. They're looking for Baxley. Baxley not quite able to keep it in, though. Anoka, one of the teams in the conference that, you know, has grass field still, too. So I imagine this, you know, obviously, like we've talked about in other games, you're going to see a mixture of both. But I got to believe the ball, you know, moving and a lot quicker than what they're used to on their home field, especially when you hit later in the season like this. Kawiti sending it ahead, and he played it right up the middle there. Jankowski winning the race without too much trouble there for the Tornadoes, and he gets a high booming kick away. And we get a foul call here going against Osseo, so a free kick for the Tornadoes. Coach Hager feeling like his team has a chance to do something at playoff time. They'll probably be right in the middle of the pack, and in terms of their section seating. He also was kind of interested to see what it'll be like. He said it'll be my first time going, as a head coach, and
yep.
He said, you hear stories about how people vote kind of in their own interest or to vote for their friends or whatever. And another look at this as they went battling, and a free kick here for the Tornadoes, sent to the far post, but it was a little bit over Baxley. And then following up try wasn't available either for, I believe it was Sean Neeser. So goal kick here for the Orioles.
For Anoka, number 23.
Quezada will boot it away here for Osseo. Played about 15 minutes here and no score on the board. No real chances of yet. Osseo's had slightly the better of play, but hasn't really been a lot of offensive looks for either team up to this point, and that one will roll out of play. We get a throw coming for Anoka. Now, Anoka, we said the record's about the same. Their section is, how do I put it, not the strongest in the world. I mean, not that there aren't some good teams in 7AA too, but I guess it varies year by year also. I think a little bit deeper section, though, in 5AA, that's fair to say. Kawiti trying to come down with it there. It's lofted in the air. Tornadoes working it up their left side. A long charge after it here. Asklin getting there first for Osseo. Sending a nice long pass ahead there to Morales Olvera. And here comes Kawiti pushing it out to the left.
3-on-3.
And it got too far out front of him as he tried to control it there, and it will go over the line as Jankowski was out for a look, but realized it was wide and just let it go. Ryan Panuski putting his foot to it there for Anoka. The header by Connor Moen. Shaw sending it out to the outside there, but it'll be knocked out of play and into the Osseo bench. Throw coming for the Orioles. Anoka winning the girls' game. They took a while to break through as they were leading 1-0 for a long time despite totally controlling the game, but ended up with a 3-0 win. Nice step through around for Anoka there by Ishel Kai. And Orioles not quite able to keep it in play as Verhaen slipped. Throw coming for Anoka.
Yeah, there may be some dew building up on the pitch.
Cross out front, it's loose and it is in. Christian Mirabal will get the goal here for Anoka as they get on the board first. We said, not much for chances so far, but Mirabal coming through with the goal as he got the cross out front. You see they let that ball go through, and then a nice little flick pass there by Kai, and Mirabal deflects it in.
There's a lot of confusion on the defense in that little session. And
Peter, here's a late ad. He's a sophomore midfielder, 23, Christian, last name Mirabal. Sorry about that. They just gave it to me right before the game.
so Mirabal makes it 1-0, and now they're trying to get more of an attack on. I think that was offside.
Be a throw here for Anoka as Ryan Panuski will take it. And this one could be a corner unless, nope, not going to be a throw. Good hustle there by Asklund as he realized he wanted to at least avoid the corner kick, but will be a throw in here for the Tornadoes.
Switching players around to get the right person for the
Yeah, and part of it too was the ball that was to be put in play was thrown back past them, so they all kind of a fire drill there, scrambling around for it. Off the throw in, no room to really turn and get a look at the goal. Now a shot, and not a bad one there as Mirabal takes another attempt there, and it is Quezada coming up with the save. So Anoka getting a 1-0 lead on really their first opportunity, and I think you'd say really the first opportunity of the game for either team.
For either team, yeah, I agree. Anoka connecting pretty good on these passes. We have a trip.
There is a foul call going against Osseo, and a little shaken up there is Jaden Dunn. We might have a card coming up here, or at least a talking to. It does not look like a card.
No, that's a hip check.
Elon Quezada.
It's still a foul, but it's not enough to draw a card.
Quinn Putt will take this free kick here for Anoka. And aiming for just under the crossbar, but instead about a foot high, and it'll be a goal kick here for the Orioles.
Boy, that had some speed on it.
Osseo making some substitutions here as Quezada gets set to kick it. Frederick Stevens reporting in there, and a couple other new guys onto the pitch as well here as Putt knocks that one down. Nice play to win that ball back here, and here's Kai controlling for Anoka, but not for long. Knocked ahead. Shaw circling back to get it, and he will drop it back here. Gonzalez, and has that pass intercepted nicely. Gonzalez blocking though. Boy, he didn't give up after his pass was intercepted. He jumped right back in the passing lane there.
And ended up with the ball.
Gonzalez able to control it way out on the left wing here for Osseo. The pass though was tipped. Trying to win it back, but Tornadoes will get there. Austin Heckman. Anoka will make a couple of changes as we've passed the halfway point of this first half. Anoka leading it by a score of 1-0. Throw in coming to Hans. Gets it on the foot of Putt, and they will drop back and restart, although it gets away from Moen. It got a little scary there for a moment. Kawiti really closing quickly. Mirabal sending it upfield here.
That could have cost them. They were a little bit confused on defense.
Well, and I think they also were a little bit caught off guard by Kawiti's speed there as he all of a sudden turned on the jets and closed in a hurry. Those are kind of panicky moments for the defender. Nice play there by Prince Masakwe. Masakwe coming hard up the left side here for Osseo. He fires, and I think it skimmed the top of the crossbar and then sails out of play. So a goal kick showing some good speed. Number 7 there for Osseo. Masakwe.
Watch this move right here. Thing goes around the defender. Brings it down, takes a shot. That was a harder shot than you would expect from that far out, and left-footed.
I think it did just go over. I thought it didn't possibly nick the crossbar of the soccer goal, but it looks like it just hit that football goalpost. But still, one of those chances that you look at that and think, okay, we could see that again from Osseo.
Yep, I can see that. I can see that coming in more times.
Sully tried to get it to Kawiti, but banged out of there by the Tornadoes, and the race on back the other way. Elon Quezada goes out off the Anoka player. We will get a throw in here for Osseo. Looks like Quezada might have gotten nicked a little bit up high. Oh, actually it's going to be an Anoka throw in. And Putt will take it. He throws it off his teammate's back and then crosses it out front. Ball bounced a little bit more than Anoka would have liked there before they could get a chance at it. And now here comes Kawiti back the other way for the Orioles.
Well, he's got some speed, and then it loses control.
Comes loose here. Grant Peltier up with it for the Tornadoes. Baxley does a nice job tracking that one down. Now Putt's pass, almost intercepted. He turns and gets it right back though. Baxley dropping it to the outside to Grant Peltier. Peltier playing it ahead, trying to get it to Baxley. It is knocked out, and we will get a throw here for the Tornadoes, as they have obviously scored the only goal, but also succeeded in, definitely getting some more of the play here. They've had more. It started out with most of the play coming in Osseo's offensive end and Anoka's defensive end, but that's changed around a little bit here.
Yeah, Anoka's getting more possession time.
Panuski's throwing just a touch too high there to be headed there, and now Connor Moen firing, but not able to put it on goal. We will get a goal kick here for the Orioles. So Quezada lining it up. Osseo coming off a tie at Andover, although their coach said, we thought we outplayed them for the most part, but it ends up, being a tie, and that's kind of the sport a little bit. You have to feel that and know that'll be happening as you get a look at Coach Hayes and Blake Perry, his injured player. Unfortunately, sitting next to him, he had a great year going and then got injured Spring Lake Park game. Sent long, and Quezada is out for a stroll there. He was all the way out to near the 30-yard line there and booted it away. Throw here for the Tornadoes over there in front of the benches. And good effort, but not kept in play. As you saw the flag go up there. So we'll have a throw coming here for the Orioles as they try and get some offense going. Massaquoi lofting that one high in the air here in a battle for it. Putt sends it upfield for Anoka and then eventually possessed by Colick. Colick sending it to the outside. Orioles win it though. But then that pass goes out of play. We get a throw coming for Anoka.
Anoka content with moving the ball down, and now finally cleared out by Osseo.
Here comes Kawiti, headed to himself. Plays it to the outside, has great speed, and here's the keeper, Jankowski, sliding out to meet him there. As Kawiti, it was really kind of a 2-on-2 there. They got an opportunity, but just had that ball roll out in front of him a little bit. Jankowski saw an opportunity to go get it, and he did. Now here's a shot attempt. Ooh, and Quezada has to dive out to his left. That didn't look all that dangerous of a chance to start it out, but it was well placed down toward the lower corner.
And that's what the keeper had to do, exactly what he did, kind of poke it out. We see it again. That's a hard shot. Had to go to his left and put his hands out there to keep it out of the danger area.
Hard to tell from that angle if that ball would have been on goal or just wide, but you know, it was certainly close enough that he wasn't going to take any chances.
You don't want to guess wrong. Keeper always wants to have possession of the ball in his hands.
We will get a throw in here for Osseo. They look to move that ball back upfield. They played very well early, and things have swung Anoka's way a little bit more since. Although it hasn't been, you know, there hasn't been any great periods of, you know, possessing and you know, peppering the net for either team in the early part of this game.
No, there's no domination by one team over the other, but I think Anoka's been doing a better job winning the. And they're very quick when they get contact on the ball.
High bouncer off that kick from Quezada. Tornadoes had it briefly, then knocked away, and Stevens then was tripped up. Get a foul call going against the Tornadoes, and Stevens a little bit hobbled as he gets up there.
Grimacing a bit, but he's back on his feet, ready to play.
Again, a nice move by Massaquoi. Coming up that left side, Massaquoi tried to cut it back to the middle.
Yeah, tried to split it between two defenders and didn't get what he wanted.
Substitution there for the Tornadoes. And reporting back in is Hans there.
And for Anoka, number 13, Jonathan Hall.
They work it up their right side. Now Putt taking that pass. Had a little room to work with, but it closes quickly there. And now Stevens back up with it for Osseo.
Boy, good defensive reaction by the Osseo defense.
Cowitti sending it for Massaquoi up that left side. Gets a step. Now the cross. It's deflected, and then the shot attempt never really got underway there. Anoka really needed to clear that ball. They got a little too confident handling it, and Cowitti up with it, but it goes out of play. Boy, an opportunity there for Farouk Suli for Osseo. Is a nice cross. It gets deflected, but right about there is where he missed it. But then Anoka, boy, you got to just bang that ball out of there. He almost gave it away. I know you like to think you can possess there, but I think you just had to drill it off the field.
When you got somebody like the Osseo offense on your tail, you want to get that ball out of the way.
Throw in here for Asklund now for the Orioles. This one crossed, and Jankowski calling off his defender to come out and scoop this one up. But winning that ball right away was Mendoza. And now here comes Massaquoi again up the left side, chipping it out front. Nobody home. Boy, nobody went after that ball, even the defense. And then finally knocked out of there.
It's kind of bouncing around harmlessly.
There weren't any white jerseys there, but Anoka then was seemed a little unclear on who should handle that ball as well. Massaquoi will win that one cleanly. Tried to send it through. It's denied, but they get it back. Chip to the front, trying to go to Massaquoi again. That's knocked down. And well read there, but then Anoka gets it back as Putt will play it out to the outside. Knocked out of play by Asklund, and a throw coming here for the Tornadoes. But Osseo starting to get a little more dangerous on a few of these chances.
Yeah, momentum has shifted to their side. Well, they love that left side, don't they?
Yeah, it's been Massaquoi since he come in, really been able to, work up that left side and get some speed going toward Anoka's goal. Now the next step will be to, convert it into a quality shot opportunity. Here's a header attempt there, but it'll go wide as Ishal Kai unable to direct that one on net, although it was a pretty good free kick there and gave him a chance anyway. And now goal kick coming here for Osseo with 8 minutes to play here in this first half. 1-0 Tornadoes. Our score here on CCX Sports as they look to try and complete a sweep of the girls-boys doubleheader here at Osseo. Flicked high into the air here as they go back and forth with headers. Elon Quezada heading into head there for Osseo. Now it'll come bouncing back.
All of a sudden, we're playing pinball.
To the outside, Asklund a header, but Anoka will get control here as Hans settles that ball down. Served out front. Quezada knocking it away, but hustling up there to get it is Moen. And then that one will sail high and wide.
And goal kick coming up for Osseo. Quezada with the goal kick, waiting for his players to get in and the substitutions to be completed. And here we go.
Low liner up the field. Tornadoes getting first touch on that one. And then we will get a throw coming for Anoka as Stevens got in there to break that up and knocked it out of play. So Tornadoes getting set to take a throw. Connor Moen will trigger it in. So a throw coming for the Orioles. This will be Elon Quezada. Right back out of play. Another throw up the field a bit for the Orioles.
It's Pat Hager watching activities in front of him.
Here's Kawiti lofting it, but that one's going to go wide of the mark. And so a goal kick coming here for Anoka.
It's number 9, Queedy.
And there's Masakwe stepping in for the takeaway here for the Orioles. Let's see who this went off. I think it'll be a goal kick, yes, as it was deflected off of Masakwe. So another goal kick, but he's got a great burst when he's coming up that left side.
Yeah, he likes coming down there and turn that speed on. This time they send another defender out there to mark up on him, not give him that clear channel shot.
Putt with the header and then a second. It'll be a throw for Anoka.
Yeah, Osseo player tried to take that over, but didn't get away with it.
Kai getting control here for Anoka. Chipping it out to the right side. Quezada is going to come over and grab it. Ooh, a little bit of trouble with it there.
A little bit more nervous than you want to be.
It was one of those that, you know, it was going to be a goal kick, but there was just that slight possibility that the Anoka player might get there. So he was going to be aggressive and go get it.
Fortunately, managed to regain control in time.
Back and forth it goes on that pass. Now they swing it out wide for Asklund. Asklund, a little space to work with up that right sideline for Osseo. First pass denied, second one got through, and now it comes back to Kawiti. Darius Kawiti taking a long attempt, but way wide of the mark. So a goal kick coming here for Anoka. This one will be taken by Shuldrup. And a near takeaway there as Masakwe was waiting to jump on that one and almost got it. Now chipped ahead toward Kawiti. Popped up in the air here. A little bit of a miss hit by the defender there, but battle for it right along that line. It will be Osseo's throw. Sully will leave it for Askland. We're going to have a sub waved in for Osseo first.
Sully doing a good job of controlling the ball and protecting it from the defender.
Abraham Kamara checking in here for Osseo as Askland gets set to throw it in for the Orioles. Kawiti trying to come away with it. Here's his shot attempt. Over the net it goes, and it's going to be a corner. It was deflected by the defender, and Darius a little bit shaken up there as he got loose a little bit here in traffic. And you'll see the defender getting over there just at the right time, Panuski. But it is a corner for Osseo.
That's their first corner of the match.
Jankowski directing traffic here as Anthony Nahn will take this corner for the Orioles. Chipping it high, and Orioles unable to keep possession there as Kai comes out of there with it for Anoka. They wait for help here as Colic and had it knocked away.
Yeah, that was kind of a tough. That was 1-on-5.
Yeah, he was looking around for maroon jerseys and he wasn't seeing any, so I think he did the right thing by just kind of pulling it up and waiting for help. But
yeah, absolutely, but by that time it was too late to get a shot off.
Collision there, some fans grumbling, but play goes on as the Orioles get possession back. Played up that left side and just too far from Massaquoi, who was frustrated there. And it will be a throw coming for the Tornadoes as we will tick down toward the minute remaining mark in this first half.
Final minute of the first half. Osseo trying to get an offense mounted.
Lifted up toward the middle of the field. Askland has that header bounce away. Pass into the middle of the field, knocked away. Orioles trying to get something going late in the half here to try and tie this thing up. A half minute to go in the opening half. Strong header there from Peltier. Or, I'm sorry, make that Neeser. Controlled there for Kamara. Not for long. Here comes Ishel Kai for the Tornadoes, sending it ahead. But it's Elon Quezada getting there first. And he'll end up having to play it out, but the time is going to run out here as we reach the halfway point in this evening's contest, and our halftime score is Anoka 1, Osseo nothing. We'll have first half highlights and stats, and then half number 2 here on CCX Sports.
And thank you, Amber Aslin, for your volunteer.
Every time I hear the alarm bell go off in school, I think it's an air raid.
A lot of houses in our neighborhood have been destroyed. I like to close my ears and sing songs whenever the bombs come close.
I'm worried our new neighbors won't like us.
But I know it's all gonna be worth it. I just want my family to be safe. But these are not my words.
These are not my words.
These are not my words.
Did you know kids who play outdoors have healthier lungs?
Totally.
Did you know that boys that play with dolls make better husbands?
My son has lots of dolls.
But did you know terry cloth diapers breathe better?
I did.
It's totally true.
Oh, yeah.
Did you guys know statistically friendly kids have more friends?
Yeah.
That's obvious.
Did you know most people think they're using the right car seat for their kid, but they're not?
Parents who really know it all know for sure that their child is in the right seat. Visit safercar.gov/the-right-seat to make sure your child is protected.
Your daughter just had her first breakup. Do you A, put yourself in her shoes? B, console her?
Don't worry, sweetie. This is gonna happen a lot.
Or C, find her a new boyfriend?
Nice, single boys. That was weird.
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Welcome back. Here we are at halftime of the boys contest between Anoka and Osseo, and it is the Tornadoes, the team you see right there, leading it 1-0 at halftime. As we get a look at first half highlights in this one, starting with Anoka getting this goal here, a nice turn and cross, and Christian Mirabal redirecting that ball in. Another look at it there as it kind of bounces, just kind of a scramble play out front, and gets the directs it on goal, and in it goes. And then he gets another shot attempt a little bit later there, and Quezada able to make the stop there for the Orioles. Matsakwe really got some things going. Here's probably the best opportunity maybe for Osseo right there, but Sully not able to connect on it. And there's a look at Pete Hayes. He said last regular season game of a 30-year career for the Tornadoes here tonight as we see our first half stats.
Anoka having the advantage for shots 6-1, shots on goal 3-0, 5 fouls to 5. They're even there. Only one corner kick in the first half, and that was by the Orioles.
Been kind of an interesting first half, a little back and forth and relatively even play, but Anoka with that 1-goal lead. We will come back with more in a moment. First, we're going to talk a little bit too about playoff time. We said these teams are not in the same section. Here's where Anoka is in Section 7 AA. Now, you get a little bit interesting with a team like Duluth East. Great record, not playing the type of difficult schedule that the teams in the Northwest Suburban are. And so, you got to have a little bit of a interesting time in terms of where to seed them. Although I have to think at 14-1, you're probably going to have to be either 1 or 2, even if you're not playing quite as strong. And St. Francis kind of the same thing. Their record is very nice too. But then you got that block of Northwest Suburban Conference teams that'll be voting. So Andover won it last year. Anoka the 2 previous years before that. And for Section 5 AA, you've got Roseville probably standing a pretty good chance to be the top seed. Park Center would have definitely an argument as well, and Champlin Park in there. And Osseo, you could be somewhere in that 4 to 6 range. And again, definitely tonight's result still makes quite a bit of difference. It looks like when you look at how close together a lot of those teams are, there's still a lot to be decided. There's not anything terribly obvious among those last 4 teams especially.
Right, you got 4 teams that are within 1 game, and then when you get into the seedings, that's when the coaches make their statements and their campaigning for getting a higher seed. Don't think of a good word, but that's what they really are doing.
So Anoka leading it 1-0 here at halftime of this Northwest Suburban soccer game here on CCX Sports. We will come back with more here from John Hanson Stadium at Carlton Field.
A redhead? Staring contest? You still got it. I know.
Come alive with the forest.
The dad was cute.
You were looking right at us.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
Welcome back here as we get set to begin half number 2 at Osseo. Anoka's out there and ready to go. Osseo had a little bit of a senior night announcements and ceremonies, so they haven't really gotten a chance to warm up to speak of for the second half. They're just going to get together and talk it out and get ready to go here. So I think in a lot of ways the first half going how you would expect. The teams with pretty equal records. They each had their times of kind of controlling things a little bit, and not not a lot of great opportunities for either team, certainly in that half though.
No, as we said in the break, Anoka had 6 shots, 3 on goal. Osseo only had 1 shot taken, and that was not on goal. So they have not had any opportunity for a quality shot.
No, and they haven't, most of the times when they've gotten a threat, they haven't really been able to connect on passes. It's been one guy, trying to win a race and whatnot. So something that they're looking to do maybe a little bit more of in the second half is mesh together a little bit better on those attacks. Tornadoes send it deep into Osseo's zone, but it's going to go all the way out of play. We will get a throw coming up here for Osseo.
It's Frederick Stevens chasing that down. And he will take the throw in, tosses it into a crowd, and goes right back out again.
This time gets it on target to a teammate, and the Orioles connect on a couple passes in a row up the field as Sully racing hard. Stops and chips it back toward the right side. Broken up, but the Orioles will get it right back. Nice pass, and here's an attempt early on in Jankowski. They get pretty good, couple pretty good passes in a row there. I think they kind of got the feeling that maybe they were, got a little talking to at halftime. Well, we got to come out stronger here to begin the half. This one's going to bounce back to Quezada.
And they came out pretty strong that time with a good offensive attack.
Quezada will lift it high in the air here for the Tornadoes. Strong header there by Medina Silva for Osseo. Now he gets it back. Sending it upfield here. They get a foul call against Anoka as they tried to come through the player to get to that ball. So a free kick here for the Orioles. And Kawiti will take it, I think, for, nope, he's going to leave it for Asklund. Asklund booting it here and in a dangerous spot, but pretty well handled by Anoka's Sheldrup there, able to trap it down to his foot. Elon Quezada breaking that one up. Tornadoes got back to it and almost got something going. And banged out of there by Anoka. It will be a throw coming for Osseo as Asklund tracks it down. Kolick sending it ahead. Now Putt coming up with it as he goes down. Kolick trying to trap it down. Drop that pass back and then across into the middle there. Putt shooting, and that one will skip wide. Got it off the outside of the foot a little more than he would like. And a goal kick coming up here for Osseo, but Anoka creating something here a little bit. Putt, after the turnover, decided he would go quick with it rather than try and get in a little closer. Up the sideline it goes. They send it for Sully. Sully trying to get back to that ball, and now he will win it back.
Wow, good hustle by Sully.
Here's Kawiti getting a chance, stepping in, shooting. Oh, and Jankowski, a big save. And he will hang on. I think we could probably chalk that one as Osseo's best chance of the night. Kawiti making a nice shot, the left foot there. He got it maybe not quite as high as he would have liked. It was, you know, somewhat into the middle of the net, but it was still a very dangerous chance.
Yes, it wasn't. I think the shot was also screened by the defenders.
Panuski sends it back up the field here. This will be a throw coming for Osseo. So the Orioles generating some stuff early on here. They a couple good opportunities here in that last one, maybe their best shot attempt of the game. So they're feeling like they can get something going here and tie this thing up. Drop back here to Sheldrup for Anoka. And flicked high in the air there. Didn't go the way they wanted it to, but Osseo able to get control. And Kawiti will be called for the push as he shoves Moses Amaganji down there. And a free kick coming here for Anoka. It was real physical early, and there were a lot of fouls called early, and then it kind of settled in a little bit.
Yeah, he had him turn around and then push him down, so good call.
But chipping it out front, it's high in the air here. Orioles able to gain control enough to get it out. Kawiti sending it long here. Sheldrup charges up to get it. A little back pass there, though, intercepted by Rubio Aguilar. It'll get out of play up that sideline here, so a throw coming for Anoka. See Coach Hager directing things for his team. Hammered up in the air by Gonzalez there. We'll get a throw for Osseo, but they've got a sub ready to come in, so that's the reason they were held up there. Gerson Morales Elvira coming back into the lineup here for Osseo. Lifted in the air. Massaquoi trying to get that ball over to Morales Elvira. It's going to be a corner for the Orioles.
And they're trying to line things up quickly, but
Massaquoi lining it up for a left-footed shot. Jankowski jockeying for position with an Osseo player here.
He's being hassled in his own goal area. It's a low shot, hit it out easily by the Anoka defense.
Sheldrup to first to it for Anoka, but Osseo getting it back. Now served out front. Tornadoes will just turn and clear it out. Asklin back to it, but bothered there by Kolek. Kolek will win it here for Anoka. Chipping it to the front. The race is on, and Quezada is going to get out there before Baxley can get to it there, as he was one-on-one with the defender and had to kind of work his way around him, and that allowed Quezada time to get there.
And actually, that was a pretty good move because there was help coming up from the Anoka forwards.
And we will get a foul call here, going against Anoka. Elon Quezada banging it deep downfield. And then Anoka kind of a giveaway there as they had come up with that ball. Here's a chance and a shot and a goal.
Wow.
And Osseo will tie it up as Massaquoi will tie it for the Orioles. And we are even up at one apiece as Anoka turning the ball over. Massaquoi really generated some chances and did a nice job of not trying to do too much with that shot. It was great placement as he tucked it in low inside the goalpost.
He put it in the only place he could possibly put it with where the keeper was. What a beautiful shot that was.
So Prince Massaquoi ties things up here for the Orioles. And we are knotted up at a goal apiece. Osseo, you just could feel coming out to start the second half that they were intent on playing real hard and getting some chances early.
Yes, they were much more fired up. They were much more motivated. They were connecting on the passes, and they were getting around the defenders and getting some good passes.
Out of play again. We will get a throw here for Anoka.
Your presence here is all required.
And another one up the sideline. Some more here for the Tornadoes. So we're back to even, and see how that changes how the flow of this game goes.
I think Coach Hager would like to see more of that. They were definitely moving the ball fast, good sharp, crisp passes to set that up.
Connor Moen with the throw in here for the Tornadoes, but Massaquoi jumps in front and takes it. He gets a return pass here as they bring it up that sideline and broken up, but it'll be a throw for Osseo. And it looks like they're looking to get this tempo up a little bit more here.
Right. Momentum is definitely on their side.
Massaquoi crossing it for Kawiti, broken up and sent out of play at the camera there. We'll get a throw coming for Osseo. Askeland will trigger it in, looking for Kawiti here, and he'll be called for a trip. As Nieser was there, it was kind of inadvertent, but it ended up, meaning a turnover, and that drew their attention.
It was the throw in, and there's, you're right. He kind of ran into him. It's kind of a shame because the momentum was in the Osseo favor as they were moving the ball. Now we return the favor. It'll be a foul against the Tornadoes.
Ryan Medina Silva lining it up here for the Orioles. Kawiti gaining control, a couple defenders with him, turns and shoots, but hits the outside of the net with that one. And it'll be a goal kick here for the Tornadoes.
Another low screamer hits traffic about 40 yards out.
And it will bounce out of play, and we get a throw here for Anoka. Putt flicking it ahead with the header there. Elon Quezada will get there first. And Askeland able to keep that ball in play. Quezada trying to bank it out up the line there, and be a throw for the Orioles. Another look as he banks it out off him, and ouch.
Right in the lower midsection.
Colic trying to shake that one off now. At first I was worried about the camera itself and the camera operator, but I think the player was definitely more in the firing range on that one.
Yeah, he was on the
putt, sending it ahead, and Quezada will come out to grab it up. Header there, squirts off to the side and then sent long up the field. High bouncer. Colic trying to get control. Orioles, though, win it instead. Nice job there by Medina Silva. Strong header back the other way by Nieser. High bouncer. Colic getting control, and he shoots. Didn't really get control as much as he wanted to there, as that ball was still bouncing. That's the one thing we're seeing a lot for both teams. They play a lot of balls in the air, and those can be really hard to control.
Yeah. Getting a bouncer off the surface is difficult to get your foot and your brain coordination.
Well, and if it's high enough, you can head it, but a couple of those were kind of in between where you pretty much had to play with the foot.
Yep, and that takes some patience to wait for it to settle down.
Osseo trying to force a turnover there. Tornado's able to work it up the field, at least somewhat here. Nice ball to the outside. Colic. They put together a little string of passes, broken up briefly. Putt, then had it knocked away. And here come the Orioles back to the attack now with Morales Olvera. Gonzalez brings it to the middle now. Rubio Aguilar will switch it all the way around to the right side, but then that last pass picked off. Stevens gaining control here for Osseo, looking to bank it out off an Anoka player, and does. Throw in here for the Orioles. Jab loose, it'll come out to David Mendoza Cotto, and here's his shot attempt. And that one bounces in. Jankowski able to grab it up.
Yeah, not much on that one. Same thing as you were saying, Jay, the ball was up in the air off the ground when he struck it.
But at the same time, it's hard to feel sorry for the teams because that's the way they're playing the ball in. They're not, you know, they're not putting it on the ground. And so you, for a shooter, you're going to have to, you know, work with that a little bit.
Boy, see, Putt hustling for it. Finally loses it to Osseo.
Coiti sending it up, but back it comes the other way here as they joust for it at midfield. Nice turn with it there by Morales Olvera. Dropping it back to Brandon Gonzalez. He'll leave it for Askeland on the outside. Now Massaquoi, who has Osseo's only goal. Looking to get across away with that left foot. Actually chips it high up and over the top. Going to be a goal kick here for the Tornadoes, as each team will make a substitution or two.
Here's a good look at number 7, Massaquoi. He has a lot of speed and loves coming down that left side and makes that cross. Waiting for the subs to get in place, and here's the goal kick.
Anoka had it briefly, but then lost it. Alex Bull controlling, and Kai coming up with it, putting it out front, and speeding in to grab it was Elon Quezada there. Not sure that's what his brother was hoping for there, as he was way out there.
I was thinking about that. Wasn't sure if that was what they wanted or if the keeper was asking for it. See this nice stoppage right there. Turns around, a little footwork demonstration.
And then kicked it out of bounds, though.
Well, I didn't say you can maintain it.
Throw here for the Tornadoes as Heckman triggers it in. They need to find their mojo back a little bit here. They've been outplayed in the second half.
Yeah, Osseo's been pressing him hard. And this is what it's boiled down to, the long ball back and forth.
Morales Olvera controlling now for Osseo. Leaving it for Askeland. Spins around the double team, getting it toward Bull. It was knocked loose, though.
Boy, there's nothing but maroon shirts around those two players.
Aggressive step in by Rubio Aguilar, took it away briefly there. And now an opportunity back the other way as Baxley gains control here for the Tornadoes. Slams on the brakes. Now getting to the outside again, and a left-footed cross, and Quezada read it well and came in and grabbed that one up. I think that was a pass, not a shot, and he did have a guy, you know, on the other side that had an opportunity.
Yep, just a little bit off target, and the keeper was right there to snare that one.
Orioles up the sideline. Gonzalez stepping to the middle, skipping one hop shot there, and Jankowski grabbing it up for the Tornadoes, and back they come, but then the next pass does not connect. We will get a throw coming here for Osseo. See subs coming in again. I think you're starting to see a little bit of fatigue for both sides. You're seeing a few more guys kind of walking with the hands on the hips, like we just saw there.
Yeah, it's been a long season. Just to show you what a difference and a half. Osseo had one shot on, not even on goal in the first half. Not so far. They've had 7 shots taken, 5 on goal in the second half. So they have definitely turned up the momentum for themselves.
Elon Quezada will take the throw in here for Osseo. Breeze picking up a little bit, getting a little cooler out there as the night goes, as you might expect here in early October.
The last check, it was about 53 degrees. Wind still coming, not too strong, about 6-7 miles an hour. It's not bad on the field, but it's a little chilly for the fans and for us.
Putt getting set to take this free kick here for the Tornadoes. We are tied up at a goal apiece. Anoka scored the only goal of the first half. Osseo's played well on the second, and they've evened it up. That one's going to bounce all the way into the keeper, and Quezada able to grab it up with no trouble for Osseo. Header there from Moen. He comes in. Oh, no.
Ouch, ouch, ouch.
Another header, and the foot came up and caught him.
It could just be a dangerous kick, or it could be a card.
Looks as though the card is coming out.
The latter.
Just at the wrong time there as he went to head that ball, and the foot came up and got him.
Center referee Bob Larson calling that, and he books number 12.
So free kick here for Anoka. Sheldrup will take it here for the Tornadoes, serving it to the front, and it'll come in on one hop to Quezada as they were unable to get ahead on that one. Battle for it in the air here. And a foul call against Osseo as player knocked down, and we will get a free kick right around the midfield area for Anoka. Here's where you have to be a little bit careful. I mean, this is the type of opportunity. Sure, it's out on the field quite a ways, but I mean, you don't want to give too many set plays for your opponent here, as this header will bounce in. It's in. Anoka will retake the lead. Just as I was saying that,
I was going to agree with you. You can't give them too many set plays. There it was.
So the Tornadoes go back in front. Michel Kai, I believe, will get credit for this goal. Another look, the long free kick. Hard to tell if it hit. It looked like it hit an Osseo player there.
Yeah, I really couldn't tell. We had to play it back in super slow motion and stop it or something. I couldn't see who that went off.
Yeah, I'm not too sure that it even hit Kai at all there, but.
Oh, you don't want to give up another set play even closer in.
So Quinn Putt will line it up here for the free kick here for the Tornadoes.
And he may just take a shot right at the goal. He does.
And a little bit too high with that one. It'll sail over the top, so a goal kick. Interesting, Anoka hadn't played, been outplayed in this half, but then they get another look. Another look at this one, if we can see it. Yeah, it doesn't look like it hit him at all. It looks like it was off the defender. So the free kick player should probably get that one as Colic.
And here's another one.
Osseo, here's where you got to dial it back a little bit there. You know, they want to get back into this one. I'm sorry, not Colic, but Shelder, but took that other free kick, getting that goal. Here it goes to, that time definitely onto the head of Kai. And so a near miss there, somewhat anyway, for Anoka is be a goal kick. Boy, the game has flipped around again in a hurry here. And Osseo, you know, taking too many fouls here has been a big factor in that.
Although that was very, very prophetic.
Well, yeah, I didn't expect it to come true just as I was spitting it out, but it did. And we get a foul call here going against Anoka. So I think the referee can sense that, you know, that physical play is picked up again. He's been blowing the whistle quite a bit of late. And rightly so, it looks like in most cases too. So now it is Osseo's turn to see if they can generate something off this set play here as Elon Quezada will take it. Obviously they're even farther out than Anoka was with there, but still you get the ball deep down and generate a chance. Quinn Putt getting there first for Anoka. And goes out of play off of Osseo. So Tornadoes will get a throw. Subs though coming for both teams. And it will be triggered in here by Austin Heckman for the Anoka. Here comes Kawiti racing hard up the field, looking left with it there to Soli, got away from him. Nice control though by Mendoza. And before Kawiti could get there, they hammer it on out. Elon Quezada first to it, over to Askland. Putt gaining control and will send it in. You can kind of sense Anoka now, you know, when in doubt, they're going to play the ball deep into Osseo's into the field, smartly so, with a 2-1 lead.
It can give you an opportunity. It also kills the clock.
Nice move there by Kai.
That should be a throw-in. I keep getting confused on these lines. And now it's a corner.
Corner kick up coming for Putt here and the Tornadoes. Looking far side. That one's going to bounce all the way through. And then knocked out of bounds off the Osseo player. We will get a throw here for Anoka. Down toward the corner here to Kai. Again knocked away. Another throw for Anoka. Putt with the header to the front, and then a shot attempt. Here's gaining control here, the Tornadoes. They work it back over, and Heckman chipping it and unable to get control there out front. He was kind of in a tough spot. Not a lot to do with that one, so out of play it'll go, a goal kick, but Anoka again using up valuable time. It's funny how much the momentum switched there. For the, you know, good chunk of the first part of this half, Osseo was really outplaying them.
Yeah, they were really way ahead on possession. They're getting the takeaways and doing the good passing, and then all of a sudden, Anoka just kind of exploded.
Out to the outside, Amangaji trying to get to it, couldn't do so. It'll be a goal kick here for Osseo. Quezada will put his foot to it. If you're Osseo right now, you have to do, it sounds like there's going to be a foul call there. You have to speed up, but also not be in too much of a hurry. I mean, if that makes sense. They want to get the tempo going. They want to get some urgency, but you also can't afford to, to panic and just try too hard to do too much. Have to still play your game here. There's about 13 minutes to go to try and tie it up.
Yeah, you're right. There has to be some urgency and get some motivation moving your team, but you don't want to get panicky either.
Be a throw in here for the Tornadoes. And that's going to be a push call in the back there by Mendoza. So a free kick coming here for Osseo, and Coach Hager frustrated there.
Yeah, he's saying the same things that we've been saying up here. Don't give up these set plays in your own area.
Sheldrup will take it here for the Tornadoes. Into the mix here. Here's a header. Oh, and Quezada, game saver right there. Anoka nearly went up by 2, and Quezada read that header. Everything developed exactly how Anoka wanted here. Is the header strong by Quinn Putt, but Quezada read it and got it.
Here's the nice flick right there, and then just in the last second gets his hands up there and brings it in.
Well, he gives his team a chance by making that stop. If it goes 3-1 here at this time, probably not much chance, but now still very much in it. See if Osseo can build on that.
Yeah, they got a big break now. They have to capitalize on it.
Knocked away from Mendoza. And then a nice step in though and takeaway by Non. And hammered back out of there by Connor Moen. Tornadoes regain control, sent in. And Quezada will grab it up on a hop. High launch there and sent forward again. Now the Orioles trying to get something going the other way. We will get a foul call against Anoka.
It's an opportunity now for the Orioles with their set play.
Non will take it here for Osseo.
43 yards out. Got his players set up. A little bit jockeying for position. Everybody's being marked up and very tightly.
Non chipping it to the front. They got control briefly. Here's the shot, and we are tied up.
Oh, my goodness.
Scoring is David Mendoza Cotto for Osseo, and we are even up at 2 apiece. Not all that different from the way that Anoka was able to go ahead.
That's what we were just saying. Here, look at it. Nicely placed.
You see the little pass delivered, give an assist there to Wality. And that'll make it a 2-2 game. They were not done yet.
Nope, not by any means.
And now think back to that great save by Quezada a moment ago.
Yeah, how big is that now? That's what you were saying. 3-1 would have been tough, but made a great save, and then Anoka made the cardinal mistake of giving a set play.
They were a little tardy getting the clock started there, and a couple people noticed. Oh, and there's Quezada diving out. And it comes loose again. A shot, a header, and a swing and a miss there by Kai. That was a wild play. Really like 2 or 3 separate chances for Anoka on this. You get a look. First, it's the direct corner, and Quezada comes lunging out. It's off his leg. Then this attempt was blocked. The header, as Jalen Alquist got it over toward Kai, but I think he was expecting a shot there and not a pass. And now Kai getting to this ball, putting it out front. It's going to roll all the way through everyone. It'll be a goal kick here for Osseo. Pretty big chance there for Anoka a moment ago.
What an event. They had about 3 opportunities for a clear shot after the bounce off the keeper.
Now Osseo thinking, hey, well, might be able to just quickly go ahead and get another one here. Brandon Gonzalez putting it out front. Knocked away. Cowitti getting to it here for the Orioles. Darius Cowitti trying to step through. Here's his shot, and he scores!
Wow.
Osseo stunning Anoka with 2 straight, and they will take a 3-2 lead. Not even 2 minutes after the previous goal, they go in front 3-2.
Crazy game.
Another look. We know how dangerous Cowitti can be, stepping through a couple, and just once he got through that first wave, the next couple guys couldn't quite get to him enough to get an angle to block that shot or to stop him. And that's pretty tough for a keeper when a guy gets in that close, and he was able to get it to a corner of the net, and that's an awful big area to cover there. I don't think you could fault Jankowski at all on that one.
No, you can't. The defenders, I think they may have screened him a little bit also as Cowitti was coming through. He was coming in full speed and hit that rocket.
So Osseo surging in front 3-2. It wasn't that long ago when Anoka felt like, okay, we went ahead 2-1 and maybe it's our game, and turned in a hurry.
Yeah, going back to that save, that could have been 3-1 in favor of Anoka. It could have taken the sail right out of, or the wind right out of the Osseo sail, but that was just incredible how quickly they have come back.
Now Anoka saying maybe it's our turn as they get the throw in. Cowitti knocking it out of there. Putt flicking it toward the front. It's hammered way up in the air. And lofted toward the net, but wide. And going to have a corner kick, though, as it was deflected by a defender. Pete Hayes hoping for one more rally for his team as the Tornadoes get the corner kick opportunity.
And the way it's been going, it's all kinds of time left.
Out front, here's a header, bounces in the air, and Quezada gathers himself and leaps up in traffic and snares that one for the Orioles. And a push call there against Anoka. It'll be a free kick for Osseo. And they go quickly to the attack. Nope, not from the right spot. Cowitti complaining that he thought he was where he should be. They say no. It's been interesting for a game, a game with 5 goals. There hasn't been a ton of offense really, but there's a look at Quezada going up and getting it in traffic. Asklund will line it up here. Broken up. Tornadoes looking to quickly turn and go here. Kolek sending it long. Baxley chasing after it and knocked away. It'll be a corner coming up here for Anoka. Baxley asking for a foul. They'll have to settle for getting a corner kick out of it. Down to 6:40 to go in the contest. Anoka is making a substitution, so they'll have to wait till that's complete till Baxley can put his foot to it here on this corner kick.
In for Anoka, number 13, Dalton Hahn.
High kick.
Nobody's really there on the other side, though.
A little bit too deep, and then they lost possession.
These are unable to keep that alive, so a throw here for the Orioles. Hunter Asklund will throw it in here for Osseo and then knocked right back out. It'll be another throw in upcoming here for the Orioles.
Here's a good look at the hero of the game, Quezada, the keeper, making some really outstanding saves, as Anoka almost gave that one up on the defensive side.
Yeah, you could see they're pressed forward a little bit more, and that was going to be trouble if it got by one more guy.
Yeah.
Massaquoi lifting it high in the air. Nice job by the defender Moen there to come back and help out there with the header. Elon Quezada stepping in, played that one with the body. Now ahead for Gonzalez. Gonzalez lofting it out. Massaquoi running it down here for the Orioles. Anoka just has to clear it up the middle. Putt. It was banged into, a foul call going against Osseo. Free kick Anoka as we approach 5 minutes to go here, and a 3-2 lead for Osseo as they have put 2 goals in less than 2 minutes to go from down 1 to up 1. Now popped in the air in front. Quezada spun his wheel a little bit trying to get to that one, but he's able to do so as Kai was trying to get between a couple of defenders to reach the ball. And get a call here
against Anoka.
They are, yes. The flag went up, and free kick here for the Orioles. It's interesting. We were talking about them looking to speed up the tempo. Now is the time where they probably don't want to do that on the, once they've gotten the lead. Here's Kawiti taking a long shot, and it goes wide. And was it touched? It's going to be a corner kick. And Jankowski arguing the case. I don't think they're ruling that he touched it. I think they're ruling that the defender out near the shooter must have touched it, because the center referee, I think, is the one who made this call. Another look.
See it.
Yeah, I don't think the keeper hit it, but it must have been touched way out just as the shot was being taken there. You see him. That was his reaction.
Yeah, he's pleading his case immediately. But I think you're right. I think another player made contact.
Gonzalez with the corner here for Osseo, and a header there, but then flicked out of there. And bang back out. Baxley circling back to meet it here for Anoka. Chipping it long toward Kai, but he couldn't control it. Long up the left side. Track down here. Kawiti stumbled just a bit. And he's going to drop it back. Putt knocking it upfield a little bit. And Baxley, it's cleared out of there by Asklund. It will be a corner kick, though, for Anoka, but Asklund wasn't going to take any chances there. Obviously, he would have preferred to clear it off, over the sideline, but at that point, you're just going to do what you have to do.
Yeah, do what you have to do to prevent an easy access for the opponent.
Baxley taking this corner for the Tornadoes. Flick back into the middle. Kai trying to get control, and now we get a foul call against Anoka.
And that's the second time Kai has been frustrated. He's been down there with the ball right at his feet. Here comes in.
Chipped right back in there, and then
I didn't see it.
Maybe a handball call?
I didn't see it.
That was the only thing I could think of, because it didn't seem like he was the aggressor there, but it possibly could have come up and been a handball is all I could think. Long run for it. They will not catch it, but the throw coming here for Anoka. And this throw will be Osseo, so good job there by Mendoza to get in there and help break that up and get it, really chew up some valuable time here, as we'll take under a minute to play now, and Osseo up by 1.
Throwing Osseo.
And they have the advantage keeping the ball down in the Anoka end. And they have possession. So right now Anoka needs to return the possession, get a movement downfield, get an attack going, all within 30 seconds.
And this will be Osseo's throw, and that might eat up most of the remaining time here. Askeland will trigger it in, looking for Kawiti, and then he's able to block that clearing attempt. Sending one toward the far post. You see his teammate, hey, here I was, but that's all right. It'll bounce out of play, and Anoka is going to pretty much run out of time here as Osseo scoring a nice victory here. Looked good for a while when they tied it at 1, then Anoka went back in front, but the Orioles get the final 2 goals, and those came just a little over a minute 15 apart. Mendoza and then Kawiti with the winner for the Orioles. So congratulations to Osseo securing the victory here in their last regular season game here at home, and both teams getting set for the playoffs. It'll be interesting playoffs in both of their respective sections, Sig.
It's going to be very interesting because now Osseo can come in and they can plead their case for their position after beating a very good Anoka team and finishing strong in the season. So it's going to be an interesting Sunday afternoon for the Osseo Orioles.
So congratulations to Osseo on the win, and also want to congratulate Pete Hayes for a great career with the Tornadoes. And obviously you got playoffs still ahead, but last regular season game after 30 years coaching at Anoka, they won 3 state championships, and a class guy too. He's always been nice to work with in the few limited opportunities we've had to work with him in both soccer and hockey. So good luck to both teams in the playoffs. Hope you've enjoyed this one here tonight. Our final score is Osseo 3, Anoka 2. Good night from Osseo.